Part 1. When he was stuck in the world of revenge. Can your love cure him or will he? Author point of view. He looks like a rude, handsome CEO, but who knows that behind a professional face a ruthless mafia was hidden. John. Third. List of the candidates. He was his secretary. After placing the file, he wiped the wetness on his forehead as he was worried about his boss' mood. Duh. You take the interview and select anyone. John. What, me? Alright, sir. He turned to leave, but then stopped. John. Sir, I think you really need a personal assistant. Why don't you hire? Words died in his mouth when Taehyung looked up with his insanely dark eyes. John. Sorry, sir. He walked out and Taehyung stood from his place. Losing his tie, he cracked his neck and pressed an eye of a statue. Surface of the wall slipped inside aside and several pictures were displayed. Ta, I will every one of you. Stepping near them, he touched a picture that showed a girl smiling with all her innocence. Ta, see you soon, very, very soon. Shade of his eyes darkened like a lion, setting his eyes on his prey. Ava, Kim Tae-hong, she gasped, staring at the picture on a magazine. Kevin, who is he? Jan, I have a job interview today. He is the CEO of that company. Job why? Martin, she is dying to be independent. He snatched the magazine from Ava and stuffed it in your hands. Martin, don't you look at other men. Ava, I am not interested in you, playboy. Jan, doing is a job where your foster parents are supporting you really well. Jan, I don't want their money anymore. Kevin, freshers will be here by next week. Martin, wow, it will be fun. Ava frowned at him. They were your friends, a group of five. You loved them more than anyone. Taehyung was in his office when the door was opened and lines appeared on his forehead. How dear. He looked up and his enraged eyes met with yours. John. Sir, please take my interview. I really. You were bending heavily, and John came in after you. John. Ma'am, you cannot get in here like this. Wait. John, leave. He left with a shocked face. Come in. The door closed behind you, and suddenly it became a big deal that you were alone with him. His eyes narrowed, observing your every step. Sit. You sat down and placed your file in front of him. He read your name on the file. So Miss Yan, you are late. Interviews are already done. Shan, I'm really sorry, sir. The traffic. I hate excuses. You bit your lower lip. Your degree is not completed yet. Jan, only one semester left. I really need this job, sir. Why? You don't look needy though, Jan. I want to earn my own money. The vacant position is filled now. Close the file. He moved it back to you and started typing on his laptop. Jan, please, sir, give me a chance. Why, Jan? I am very hardworking. I will put all my efforts in work. Everyone says that. His eyes fixed on the screen. Jan, please, sir, I will do whatever you say. His moving figure stopped for a moment and went back to work. You stared at that beauty. His aura was imprisoning you. With a sad heart, you stood and turned to leave the personal assistant. Your feet halted and you jerked back towards him. The only position I can offer. Jan, but I need a part-time job. You can work in specific hours to fulfill the duties. If you have any issue, Jan. No, I will do this. Thank you so much, sir. The happiness spread on your face, at which he looked for more than a moment. Join by tomorrow, Jan. Sure, sir. Thanks once again. You left and he picked the file you left. Did she change her name? Next day you came and John sent you to Taehyung's office. A separate table and chair was a new addition in his spacious room. You were late on your first day. His deep voice was dominating. Jan, I am sorry. Yeah, the terrible traffic. You yourself for being late. He stood from his place, and you craned your neck to look at him. His body posture was more dominating. Ta, this is the contract, just a formality, so sign it. He gave you the file and pen. You opened it to read it. He moved behind your chair and leaned. Here. He pointed at a place on the paper, and your heart hammered wildly by the proximity. The words on the file were dancing. You okay? He put his hand on your shoulder and you turned your head towards him, his angelic face just an inch away. Your eyes fell on his lips. Miss Yan. The way he took your name like he tasted it. What was he doing to you? A spell? You came out of it when he squeezed his hand on your shoulder. Yan. Yeah, I. While biting your inner cheek, you hurriedly signed all the papers. Taking the file back, he moved away. Mr. John will give you the details of work. That is pretty easy. Just do what I say. Why you heard it and shut your John, right, sir? Duh, I am a quite difficult person, but the compensation will be done by a handsome salary. John, thank you, sir. He smiled, his final cartoon gauge his prey. In university, you were eating your lunch in hurry. Carlos, take a breath, Yanni. He whipped your mouth. Kevin, this routine is tough. Job and studies. Ava, actually, her boss is tough and handsome too. You noticed how Carlos' face contoured. Jan, I need to leave. Martin, come on. You are the head of our group. We miss you. Kevin, liar. Jan, gotta go. Bye. You stepped in office with a coffee in your one hand. You are late. You had been working there for a week, and it was the same sentence you listened daily. Jan, I am sorry, sir. Putting the coffee on the table, you read him his schedule for the evening. Come here. You went near him. Remove my shirt. Your heart jumped to your throat. Jan, what? You heard it. He was serious. His blank face and unreadable eyes scared you. The air inside the room warmed up. Jan, you can do it by. He raised his one hand and in it was bandaged. You did not care to ask how that happened. Jan, you can use other hand. Ta, you have so much issues. Just leave. It felt like he was kicking you out of the job. You thought for a moment. Jan, let me do. Stepping closer, you moved your trembling hands to his shirt. His eyes were fixed on your face. He tightened his hand when your fingers came in contact with his. Stop. His chest rumbled and you looked up. Stepping away, he went inside the restroom. Standing there, you were shocked by his behavior and your racing heart. He came out. You shifted over. Leave. Jan, huh? But I just came. Leave, Jan. He always act like that. You wondered he did he really need a personal assistant. You left his office. Control yourself. She is not on your side. She never will. You were in a cafe with all your friends. Kevin, Jan, you missed the scene when Martin was pulling that new card. Jan, I told you, Martin, to never do that. Ava, his playboy nerves were cracking there. Martin, leave me and look at your left. Your boss is glaring at you. Your head jerked to your left, and he was right. Taehyung's eyes were throwing daggers at you. Kevin, does he wanna kill you? Ava, shut up. Taehyung did not move his eyes not at you. He was there with his business partners. Carlos put his hand on your face and made you look at himself. Carlos, finish your coffee. You nodded. After a few minutes, you again looked there and he was still staring at you. Anger in his eyes was reaching to you. You felt you were the reason of his anger. Carlos, take a sip, Jan. He forwarded you his drink and you took a sip with an absent mind. You attended back to your friends. Ta Bisyan. Your breath hitched. He was standing just a few feet away. When you looked up, Ava and Martin were staring at him with their mouths open. Ta, you are having a good time with your friends. He said that while passing Carlos a death glare. Carlos, you have any problem with that? Jean, Carlos, sir, my shift was over. Ta, no, it was not. Grabbing your hand, he snatched you up from your place. Ta, we have work to do. Carlos, leave her hand. He also stood, and Kevin started recording that in his phone. Ta, keep your voice low. Carlos, I said leave her hand. He yelled each word, and that danger in Taehyung's eyes was a warning. Jan, calm down, Carlos. You put your free hand on his chest to keep him at his place. You removed your hand when Taehyung's grip tightened on your wrist. You turned towards him. Jan, you yourself asked me to leave. You were shocked by his behavior. Ta, it's an important meeting. Are you coming or not? He bored his eyes in yours and asked. The confidence in them that you will go with him was amazing. You were again falling in them. Feeling of being trapped was high, but you were not in your own control. To be continued. Hey there, it's the final part. I hope you people like it. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Stay safe and healthy and love you all.